All right, coaches, let's go ahead and let's talk about Thursday the 30th. Okay, so we're going to be doing, for our strength skill portion, we're doing our push segment. So yesterday we did our pull, now we're going to do our push, okay? Similar setup, we're going to be doing 12-minute EMOM. Every minute on the minute, they're going to be moving to a different movement, okay? All of these movements are going to be strict, okay? And a couple of different things that we're going to be doing for our push segment is we're going to be pushing weight from our body, then we're going to be pushing upside down, so then we're going to be pushing our weight into gravity, and then we're going to be doing push-ups, which will be a horizontal press, okay? So just trying to hit that shoulder in a couple different ways. Everyone will be doing seated presses. Before I say that is absolutely the case. Yeah, everyone's going to do seated presses. It just might change the weight, okay? A couple things I want us to be aware of when we're doing having our athletes do the seated press is I want us to mimic, especially because we're doing this for our press for handstand push-ups, but I mean it could very well improve our clean and jerk, push press, stuff like that. So when we're having our athletes set up, make sure that they're in a good tripod position with their elbows forward, okay? Sometimes I see people here. I'm not saying that this is bad or that people shouldn't be doing presses like this, but for the sake of what we're doing today and what we're trying to work on, I want their elbows forward in this position here. Okay, we're then going to go ahead and press through, and we're going to create earmuffs with our biceps. I want to try to get this dumbbell in line with my ear, okay? So if I'm pressing and I'm here, I need to get the athlete to move back and get that stacked so that our wrist, shoulder, and hips are all in line as we go into those presses, okay? Also, they're welcome to do that freestanding with no support on their back. That's going to be harder. If they do need some support, have them go up against the rig where the rig can support in the middle, but they're still able to get their dumbbell back. If you do it straight up against the wall, it limits range of motion. And so I don't love that for the purposes of what we're doing for today, okay? So either freestanding, sitting down, or up against the rig, so they can go ahead and get that full range of motion. For our push-ups today, we kind of went over this the other day as far as just our normal push-ups. The thing that is going to be a little bit different is we are going to be doing ring push-ups for brown, black, and red athletes. With the ring push-ups, let them go ahead and go to a challenging distance on those rings. The more horizontal they are to the floor, the harder the movement is. So if that means you need to stack some plates because your rings don't come down as much, you can always make the rings harder, okay? If they need to be a little easier, then go ahead and kind of let them be a little more like this, if that makes sense, on a plank as they come down instead of being like a straight across, okay? With the ring push-ups, make sure that that ring is coming down all the way and that it is hitting into their armpit, okay? With push-ups, we want to make sure that we're getting full range of motion and that we're fully locking out, okay? Make sure that their chests are hitting the floor. What I tell my class is if your nipples aren't chafed, you didn't do it right, okay? So get your chest to the floor. That way there's no doubt whether or not you did them or not, okay? You can also encourage people, if you're starting to see that they're not getting full range of motion, have them do hand release push-ups, okay? That makes them release their hands, then their weight has to be on the floor, and then they get right back into the push-up. Okay, after that, everybody is gonna be doing a boxed handstand push-up, okay? So no one should be doing them off the walls, okay? So everyone will be doing a box, and the reason why we're doing a box is we want to really get into that position where our abdominals as well as our T-spine is compromised in that press as we're coming up, okay? So For our higher skilled athletes, they are going to have a 25-pound plate on the floor, and that will be their deficit for this exercise, okay? Everybody else can just go off of the box, and then it'll be a smaller box. And then for some people, we're not even gonna be going crazy with this drill, okay? So we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna come on down. I always start with my ears by my biceps, just like before. Now I'm gonna come into this tripod position, okay? I can see my thumbs. That's the cue I give my athletes. Can you see your thumbs? If I can't see my thumbs, chances are I'm gonna clear out here, okay? So, can you see your thumbs? Once you can see your thumbs, press and push your head through, okay? Encourage your athletes as much as possible to stay in that L shape. If we have some mobility issues and they're not able to stay straight, that's totally fine. But I want us to try to create that L shape as much as possible at the top of the handstand push-up. If that means that you need to lower the box because of hamstring mobility, have them move the box, okay? All right, if you guys have any questions about that, let me know. Sorry, that was a lot to go over for one portion, but there were a couple things I really wanted to make sure that we got in there. For the workout, we're gonna be doing 8 rounds. You're going to be doing a row, 1-minute row for calories, as many as you can. Then you're going to rest. I think it's like a 15-second rest. Then we're gonna do a 1 minute of as many kettlebell swings as you can get, and then you're gonna rest. You're gonna do 8 rounds of that. Your score is going to be total calories and total kettlebell swings that you were able to get in that time, okay? So for our kettlebell swings, we're gonna get this asked, does it need to go overhead? Yes, okay? All our kettlebell swings need to be moving all the way overhead and then swinging back in, okay? Because of the pull of the row, you're gonna be using your hips, your quads, your glutes a lot in that row and that pull. You're also gonna be using them in our kettlebell swing, okay? So try your best to find a pace that is easy for you to keep for the 8 rounds, okay? That way you don't burn out on one or the other. Also, as much as you can, have your athletes on the row relax their grip, okay? Because they're not gonna be able to really relax it on the kettlebell. We shouldn't be death gripping it, but we can't really relax it and let it go, okay? So make sure that they're gripping appropriately, because I can also see grip being an issue in this workout. Okay, so yeah, this is gonna be a fun day. Have so much fun. Again, let me know if you have any questions, and I will see you tomorrow.